What if Trump's new tariffs aren't about China or jobs or the economy at all? What if they're about something bigger, like crowning himself the last emperor of America? This isn't just politics. This is a man playing chess with the entire country, not to protect it, but to immortalize himself through it. In this video, we're not asking whether Trump is right or wrong. We're asking, who's going to pay the price for his legacy? Let's begin. Here's your first prompt. Is Trump actually building a wall, but this time around the entire US economy?
What Trump is trying to do is not necessarily just build a wall with these tariffs, right? To the public, he is going to sell the dream that this is going to be for American glory. But what he's really doing is he's trying not to isolate America, but to isolate the position of power that is being the president of United States of America. He's trying to establish a new Roman Empire of sorts. Because Trump massively, and I know for a fact that he truly does believe in American superiority, he truly does believe in American greatness, he truly does believe in American ingenuity. But the point is, he believes in it too much. He believes America to be invincible because he believes himself to be invincible, and to him America is a extension of him, right? If America is not doing right by him, as happened in the 2021 riot thing, then that is not America, then that is the overlords trying to do something against him, and he is the only true blue or red-blooded American. That is what he believes, and that is why only even his supporters are more loyal to Trump than they are to the American people as a whole, to the American country as a whole, to the Constitution as a whole.
Exactly. What you're describing isn't just protectionism, it's presidential personification of empire. Trump isn't building policy, he's building a mythos, and in that myth, America is not a country. America is him. So here's the next push. If Trump sees America as an extension of himself, then are tariffs actually about trade or about vengeance?
If America is definitely just Trump himself, then it's not about trade at all. It's not even about vengeance. It is about superiority. Because it's not Trump's belief in the self-sufficiency of America which is causing this. This is Trump's belief that America should not rely on anyone. Those are two different things, right? I believe my country is self-sufficient, and therefore all of these other tariffs and all of these other products coming from the other countries are unnecessary. That is why I'm removing my country. That would be what he's selling to the people. But what he's really doing is he wants to cut off America from the world because he wants America to be self-sufficient. It is a completely different thing altogether, and it is not for American good that he's doing that. He's doing that for the sovereignty of his own kingdom, the sovereignty of himself. In a way, the way Trump sees that he thinks of America as lesser. It is not even that he thinks of America as the greatest things. In Trump's mind, there is a hierarchy of things, right? It is him, the king, then it is America, his kingdom, then it is his supporters, the MAGA people, the people of his kingdom, his people. Then there is the actual America and American people, and then there is the rest of the world. That is the hierarchy in which Trump operates in. It's a delusional belief that things will fall into place. Now, whether or not it is going to be beneficial to America is yet to be seen. But from what I have read in the news, it does not seem like that is going to happen, because now China is the one country which is benefiting from all of this thing that Trump has started. Every single country is slowly cutting off America, and they're going back to China. Maybe this might be the most this is the strongest power grab move a president has done in a very long time, but it might also be a very stupid one.
So what you're saying is, Trump isn't protecting America, he's crowning himself with it. These tariffs aren't economic strategy, they're ritual gestures of dominance, designed to isolate the kingdom so that only he defines its borders, its enemies, and its value. And here's the deeper cut. If America becomes a mirror for Trump's ego, then what happens to the people when that mirror starts to crack?
Isn't it already? I mean, due to this whole tariff war, people are suffering. People of America are suffering the most, because Trump keeps on putting tariffs on every other country. What happens? The prices of goods for the American people, they rise. They are suffering because of one man's ego. They're suffering because of one man's dream. They're suffering because of one man's desire. If this There is no economic way this is going to benefit America. He keeps saying that it is going to benefit America, but what have we seen so far? We have seen allies of America turn against him because he started attacking his allies. We've seen neutral parties definitely cut him off, and now we're seeing people going towards China. Hell, recently, just the news came that EU has started to remove tariffs from China's EV. China is benefiting. Literally, the meme is coming to life. China wins by doing nothing because Trump is so stuck in his own ways. Because Trump does not want the benefit of America. Trump wants the benefit of himself and his America, his understanding of America. It is either superiority, it is either America is the empire that rules the world, or it is America which is completely destroyed. It is like a gamble that he's taking, a Russian roulette that he's playing, in which either America becomes the greatest country on earth in every single metric, or America, the American civilization, it might just end. And I'm not exaggerating, because these tensions, although we don't quite get this, right? Because we see the news, we hear about it. I am living on the other side of the planet, so definitely whatever Trump is doing isn't necessarily going to affect me on a day-to-day basis. But American people are getting affected, and think if one person is affected, even 5%, that is an entire country, that is 300 million people who are affected. 5%, that is a big deal, and that is just America. Then there is the international thing altogether. This is not going to have a good ending. I know that for a fact.
And that's the haunting reality. This isn't just about policy. It's about a nation tethered to the emotional volatility of one man's self-image. When Trump gambles, it's not his wealth, not his comfort, not his legacy that's truly at stake. It's the lives of millions who never agreed to play. So here's the final question, one that should terrify everyone. What happens to a country when its leader stops thinking in terms of right or wrong and starts thinking only in terms of win or lose?
It doesn't even matter. I think the win or lose mentality is not the wrong mentality, right? We don't need a moral framework for achievement. We don't need a moral framework for success. In fact, I would say the win or lose mentality is the superior mentality. But the problem with Trump is not even, I guess there is no problem if we considering, let's assume I am Trump, let's assume I am taking his perspective. Then everything in all of this makes sense. I am a very old man. I won't live to see the next decade, right? I'm not going to live more than 10 years. He's like, I think around 70, 80-ish something. And therefore, in these last few years of my life, I want to leave an impact. I want to leave an imprint. And so I will gamble, right? It's like when you are at your last leg and you have all of these things to play, you will fucking gamble. Because maybe he turns out to be the greatest president of all. So from his perspective, this is a completely logical move. Trump is not stupid. Trump is not a person of low IQ. Trump is not what the left is even trying to make him out to be. He is just selfish. The reality of Trump isn't that he's stupid. The reality of Trump isn't that he is the savior of America. The reality of Trump is that he only ever does anything for himself and for the people who's stroking his ego, but that itself is just working for himself. That is the reality, the selfish reality of Trump, and the problems that America is going to face sooner or later due to his selfish actions. He is right, he is logical, he is making sense. You should play by win or loss rules, but he is not doing it for the country. He is finally and ultimately only doing it for his own legacy, for his own life, for himself.
What you just heard wasn't a take on Trump. It was a take on power unmoored from responsibility, because Trump isn't unpredictable. He's perfectly consistent once you realize he's not playing for America. He's playing for Trump. His actions make sense. His logic is tight, but the scope of that logic only covers himself. And in that clarity lies the danger, because a selfish king doesn't need to be evil, just effective enough to bring the whole kingdom down with him. Patterns are everywhere.